Right, so part 2 of my City of Heavenly Fire chapter reaction-y, discussion-y type things. You know, just general thoughts on what's happening in the book. So first off, we are doing chapters 14 to 16. That's the one. So yeah. This probably goes without saying, but just to let you know, spoilers. So chapters 14 through 16, we have first of all our main heroes, Clary, Jace, Isabel, Alex, Simon, are in Edom or Hell or one of the demon dimensions, whatever you want to call it. I'm guessing this is the place where all the Darkened shadow hunters have been like jumping into. There's like these gates and stuff with all the runes on it. I'm guessing shadow hunters have lived here before, or maybe that's what the Darkened shadow hunters are using as like the hideout from all the demons, because I don't know, are they allies with demons? I don't know. Raphael and Magnus, apparently they go way back. I mean, I guess it was inevitable, their history, but oh, I love this clip. But yeah, because they're both like important in Downworld, but like they're so sort of yeah, he was there when like Raphael got turned, and Raphael, like, he was turned in the same way that he like lures people into the vampire lair, which is interesting. I think that was mentioned in City of Bones, I'm not entirely sure. So Jace and Clary have found that pool in the caves. Now there is a picture, I'll see if I can insert it, of Jace and Clary getting a little whoa in a pool in a cave. If I am not mistaken, I think it may very well be that pool in that cave. You know, just a wild guess. Isabel, I think the impression I got from like the dreams and stuff, well, the like visions of Mirror Verazed type things, was that she actually kind of loves Simon more than he loves her, which I didn't expect. I thought Simon was more into her, but apparently not, because he's still sort of clinging on to Clary, and then there's that thing at the end of his vision where actually he's in love with Isabel. But for Isabel, because she's never had like a serious boyfriend or someone that she's actually in love with besides Simon, it was just like Simon was what she wanted, so they better get together. Better get together. What did Jace see? Because when he was like, oh, I didn't see anything, and we don't know what he saw because Cassandra Clare didn't include it, you know, just to keep the air of mystery. I was wondering at first if it was like with the Mirror Verazed, where Dumbledore was saying that like the happiest man alive would just see himself simply as he was. I was thinking it might be something like that, but then Alec later said you look like horrified, and if you saw nothing it wouldn't make you look that scared. So perhaps not. Maureen is dead, thank God. So as judging from the amount of deaths we've had and who's died, I'm going to say that Priata Scott and Rufus's deaths do not count as the 6, so we have 3 more to go, because this is bearing in mind that Sebastian still needs to die, so I don't know who's going to be the other 2. I think we need to have at least one major character die. I don't want anyone to die, but everyone's gone on Twitter about how heartbreaking it is, so it has to be at least one more major character than Jordan, because he's a major character but no one really cared about him. Julian and Emma Parvati. I really don't want them to be Parvati. I mean, I'd love for them to stay together, and I was thinking at the start, why aren't they Parvati? Because they clearly mean so much to each other. But I just really want her mum to be alive so she can talk to her mum and be like, oh yeah, me and Julian want to be Parvati, and then she'll be like, no you shouldn't, because Parvatis aren't allowed to fall in love. Because I think because they're only 12 they don't really understand it at the moment, but the romance between them is inevitable. I ship them so hard. And I really hope someone talks them out of being Parvati, or maybe TDA will be about their struggle with like being in love with each other, but having to be sort of like hiding that from the Clave, because I don't think like you like burst into flames if you start kissing your Parvati or like declaring your love for him. I think it's sort of something you have to keep from the Clave, that the Clave doesn't approve of. I don't really know why, I don't understand that. And Jace and Alec had that big like emotional talk where he was going on about how he'd always thought Jace was better than him and everyone else thought that, and then he realised that there was one person that didn't assume that, and that was Jace. And I saw that in a snippet and I hadn't realised it was in City of Heavenly Five. For some reason I thought it was in like one of the other books. I don't know why. Yeah, oh, and it was really like emotional talk, and then going on about how actually they love each other, and then adorable. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Well, it'll be a few, like now for me, for you it'll be like a second. Bye. So, chapters 17 and 18. Whoa, they were some scary chapters. Literally, I hardly remember anything else happening except Izzy. So like, Jace is getting this weapon thing, and then Simon's all like, oh no, in Dungeons and Dragons it's always a trap. Apparently Simon was right. And then like Izzy gets attacked by this demon thing, and it's the same thing that happened to Alec where the Araxes aren't working. And like, I'm just like, oh my god, you need to get to Magnus, you need to get to Magnus. I'm like, but you're in the demon realms, and Magnus is locked up somewhere that you can't find. And so I was literally terrified. I'm like, Chloe, do something, do something. And then we got to the caves and the runes weren't working, not even hers, and she couldn't like create any more runes. And then Simon, thank God. I'm a bit worried about Simon though, because he's like proper weak now after doing that. But like he healed her with his daylighteriness. Like, thank you, Simon. And I think Alec's gonna be more accepting of Simon. So I've got a poster of Simon, I'm just looking at him now that he showed how much he cares about Izzy. Oh, and there was also the whole thing with like this demon Alicante being like a mirror, like an alternate universe type thing of their current Alicante, and like how really it could turn out. And it's quite scary really to see that, and like Alec reading the story, and it really does make you think, you know, like they need to sort this shit out, because otherwise they're gonna just turn into another demon infested shadow hunterless world. I hope they sort it out. Actually, I'll have to sort it out, because the next Shadowhunter series is set 5 years after. Pretty sure they're gonna save the day. Be really disappointing indeed they didn't. Oh, there was also the letter from Tessa to Jem, and then Jem was like stiffened at the sight of Tessa's name. I'm like, oh my god, Jem, just go and see her. It's really, really frustrating. Oh my god. Jem, you are in love with Tessa, and of course Tessa is still in love with you. She never stopped loving you, even when she loved Will. She loved you both. Oh my god. Oh my god. Go and see her, Jem. Tessa needs you. She needs you. I might just reread the epilogue of Clockwork Princess, even though it will break my heart again, just to reassure me that Jem does in fact go and see Tessa eventually. So yeah, chapters 17 and 18 for you. So now I have for you chapters 19 to 22 thoughts. So Raphael is dead. That really upset me because I do really like Raphael. And I know he's not like everyone's favourite character, but he was one of mine. Sorry, just the camera's facing a weird direction. And I was like totally fine when Jordan died, but Raphael, no, I was nearly in tears. We hardly even got to know his character, but it was just the whole thing with him and Magnus, like knowing each other, and like Magnus helping him out, and he tried to kill Magnus, but no, I owe him a debt. I was just like, oh god, now he's gonna kill you. Oh god, I loved Raphael, so that was really sad. And Lily doesn't know, because obviously they were like best friends. I don't know if there was anything more to it than that, but they were like really close, and oh, I'm just dreading to see what happens when Lily finds out. Jace and Clary finally in the cave. Oh my god. And I think Cassandra Clare at that scene really well. She didn't like gloss over it loads. She went into just the right amount of detail without it being like, whoa, this is a children's book. Well, it's not a children's book, this is a young adult book. Technically, it's often in the children's section of a bookshop. And also Izzy and Simon. Oh my god, right. And then when he's saying, he's like, oh, so have we DTR'd now? Do I get to change my Facebook status to it's complicated to in a relationship? And then Izzy's like, you have a book that is also a face. It's just so funny because the Shadowhunters like really don't know the mundane world. I was about to say Muggle world. But yeah, they DTR'd and now Sizzy is officially canon. Yes, because it was like sort of canon in all the other books. And we're just like, oh, Sizzy, you need to be like official, and now they are. Yes. But then again, I slightly worry if I get together. Oh, what's going to happen now? Simon, don't die on me. Alec and Magnus are back together. Well, that's what it sounded like to me anyway. Oh, they had that like make-up, and then they're all like, and they love each other again now. Well, they always loved each other, but I'm pretty sure Magnus forgives him, and then like, and then, well, I say back together. I actually put in big capital letters in my notes for now. So, Dungeons and Dragons tactics. I thought that was hilarious. I don't even play D&D, but I know those are the exact kind of Dungeons and Dragons tactics that people use. And, oh yeah, Clary sat on that throne that Sebastian was offering her. To be honest, I would have done the same thing in that situation, you know, it's supposed to save the world. We've still got like a little bit left of the book, so I'm guessing she'll be able to turn back somehow. Jem spoke to Emma. Oh my god. Oh, that was great. Jem talking to Emma. And then, you know, because relatives, and she's like, oh, how did you know my name? And like, I don't have a Parvati. You practically have a Parvati, Emma. Jules is your best friend. And please don't actually officially make him your Parvati, because you're going to fall in love. You better do in TDA. I will be so disappointed if there's a different love interest. Oh yeah, I mean, Jem. You're Jem, not Zachariah. I ranted about this in every single one. You're Jem. Deal with it. Okay, so I am about a minute to read the last 2 chapters of City of Heavenly Fire. They're quite hefty chapters, and there's also the epilogue. I am dreading it, yet at the same time I can't wait. I don't know what to do with my life right now because this series is about to be over. It's already over for quite a few people. I suppose there's still TDA and TLH, but even so. I don't know what I'm going to read after this. Like, I feel like either there's only like 2 things that I could possibly read after reading such a massive book. Either The Infernal Devices or Harry Potter. And to be honest, I'm not really up to either of those right now, so I'm actually like going into a massive reading slump. Or I might just go into a massive like film watching craze. I don't know. Anyway, wish me luck. I'm about to read the last 2 chapters. Oh my god. Bye. So I just read chapter 23 with Sebastian or Jonathan, and then it was going good, and his eyes were green instead of like black tunnels, and it was just like I was crying. I never thought I'd cry when Sebastian died, even though I thought it was a charmer and I quite liked him. But I thought I'd never cry because he was like an arsehole, and then he turned good. And then there was a thing with Sebastian because I was like crying, I was like, oh no, Magnus is gonna die, and then it was Simon. He's like, and I was really happy for a minute. I was like, oh no, you can just take away his immortality, and he can be with Izzy forever. And then he took away his memories. And then when he gave the ring to Clary, I was like, oh my god, I'm literally crying so much. And I can't believe it. He's my favourite character and he doesn't even remember anything of the Shadow World. And I really hoped he'd get like a cameo in TDA, but obviously not now. So I just finished the last chapter. I still have the epilogue to go, but then after that it'll all be over. Phone call with Simon was just horrible, and when she asked who his best friend was, he didn't say Clary, he said Eric. Oh, that was just like the worst thing ever. And then I was really glad though that Jace wanted to be a Harrendale, because I was really worried that he'd just carry on being a Lightwood and that the name wouldn't carry on and that, you know, they'd be like an extinct family. Oh, I just miss Simon so much, and it's not even like he's in my real life, it's just he's gone from a book and I miss him so much. Oh my god, and I just and Emma, you can tell she's sort of like developing feelings for Julian, but she doesn't really know how to tell him, and she's really upset because she's going to be his Parvati, and even though she wants to stay with him, she sort of doesn't want to be his Parvati because she can't fall in love with him. It's against the Clave rules, and how she can be never one of those girls that'll be all over him. Also Helen's leaving, and Adeline's going with her, but I sort of hoped they'd be a big part of TDA. It's a shame, yeah. And Izzy and Clary's talk, that was really emotional. And them putting the ashes in the lake, Clary and Jace, of Jonathan, that was so sad. I was crying at that just as much as I cried at his death, because, you know, they were crying for the brother that he should have been. Yeah, and Alec and Magnus got back together properly. I was really scared for a minute that Alec was going to just say, no, I don't want to be with you. But then Alec wrote down his life, and it was like the Bane Chronicles, and I was so relieved. I don't really know what they're going to do about that though, because we'll never find out, because it's the last book. About, you know, his immortality and that. But they'll probably just do a test for him, will, no doubt. Yeah, so I can't believe I've only got an epilogue of my favourite series, well, my second favourite series, can't forget Harry Potter, to go, and then it'll all be over. Okay, so wish me luck again. I'm about to read the epilogue. Bye. Oh my god, it's over. Literally, I finished it a second ago. I got straight off the bed and turned the camera on. Oh my god, it was the best ending I could have possibly hoped for. I was expecting more of a reunion with Jem and Church, but oh well. And Simon started getting his memories back, and I was so happy. And when she went to see him, and he didn't really remember her, and it was really sad. But then the band name was the Mortal Instruments, and then Magnus helped him bring back his memories, and now he's starting to remember the Shadowhunter world again, and it's just so happy. And I just need to watch loads and loads of City of Heavenly Fire book talks now. I actually think loads of people haven't done them because they're all at like book conventions and stuff at the moment, so yeah, I will be doing one like tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do one tomorrow. Oh my god, it was so happy. And then Izzy and Simon, and Simon starts to remember Izzy, and then Alec and Magnus are all happy together as well, and Jem and Tessa, and oh, just the ships, and then Maya and Bart are starting to turn into something as well, because it's a little while after Jordan's death now, so it's okay, because before... Sorry, my camera just ran out of memory. But, you know, Tessa and Jem are going to Los Angeles, so does that mean they're going to be in DDA? I hope so. Oh, God, I'm just so happy about Simon, I can barely think about anything else. Because I was really emotional. It was like when Donna forgot the doctor, and it was horrible. But now Simon's started to get his memories back, and it's all good again, and it's going to be fine, and they're going to be happy together. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm so happy. I just don't know what to do with my life. What do I read now? Oh my god. Right, yeah, and Sea of Heavenly Fire, it's over. Jonathan Wings didn't happen. What was with that? Oh, I have nothing else to say, but thank you for giving Simon back his memories, Cassie.